Welcome to another episode of Art Journey with Yong Chen. In this episode, Julie and I are discussing colors and color mixings in watercolor painting.
You easily mix effortlessly, and I can't. Do you take the blue first and then add red? When do you add yellow to it?
This is a very good question because we only use three primary colors, yellow, red, and blue. If you want something really dark, you're not thinking about black. You only think about dark. Blue is the darkest color in the three. If you want a dark color, you don't want to add yellow. It always look lighter. The only choice that we have is to mix the red with the blue together. So make the blue toward the warmer side. Most of the time we use the green shade blue color. It have a little bit more sense of green in it. Mixed with the red, it's not gonna look much purple. Instead, between purple and brownish, but very dark. Magically, if you just mix the blue and the red together, after it dry, it looks just like black. Darker than black, even.
Unless you're mixing a grey, you don't use yellow.
I want to mix a little bit more brown color, for example. And then you're going to use the yellow because you're going to use a yellow and with a little bit more red. With the blue, it will become a brown color. Brown colors is on the yellow and red side of the three color mixed together, right? So you want a little bit more like a gray color, green gray color. In that case, more yellow and blue in our mixture. But when you mix the yellow into it, it will look lighter because that's just one thing about the yellow. The yellow make everything look lighter because it's a light color. In the old time, when I mix, also use other colors, when I think about that, it's a little bit more yellow color into it. Instead of use yellow, I used burnt umber. Burnt umber, it has a little bit more yellow in it in among the three colors. But now I don't use the burnt umber, burnt sienna anymore. In that case, only color that I can think about is between the yellow, red, and blue. The sunset and sunrise landscape painting. For the shadow, I would use the red shade blue color instead of a green shade blue color just for the shadow and catch the shadow. That's the only difference. But 99% of the time, I only use the green shade blue color and red and the yellow color. You think about black color, get rid of the habit of thinking about black. Think about dark. And dark colors, you only think about the warm dark color or cool dark color. And then you think about a little bit more red, a little bit more blue. If you think the color that really dark, it's really dark over there, but it's a warm dark color, and then a little bit more red. It's a little bit more cooler color, in that case, a little bit more the blue. But if you think about that, oh, it's just not really that dark. It should look a little bit more like a brownish color. In that case, you're gonna start using the yellow and a little bit more red, and then will become the brown color. And in terms of how can I make the same color lighter and darker, you already know it by using the different amount of water into it.
With all the different shades that you can buy, surely the Winsor and Newton would have to discontinue all their ranges because you can make it all from four colors.
First, they making the colors not for young. They're making colors for the whole world, whoever like to paint watercolor. So they're not gonna worry about that no one use the 12 color, 24 color, 36 color they produce. There's nothing wrong to use a whole set of colors. Say you give me a whole set of color in front of me. I probably also use those color. It may be a little bit discomfort because your brain only think about the three color in front of you. For example, they give you a green color. In that case, when you think about, oh, I need yellow and blue. Okay, that's the yellow and blue. See that the green color is yellow and blue instead of the green color. Oh, I need to use a little bit more, look like a warm gray color. You may be looking into the brown color if they're already in front of you. Think about how you're gonna modify that brown color into the color because it put it close to the color you want. It's just almost like before you mix a new color, you're looking at your mixing area. Not always going back to the yellow, red, and blue. Oh, there is a little bit color over here, very close to the color that we want for the next color. In that case, just add a little yellow into it and mix with that color that you already have on the mixing area. That's the same thing that you have 24 color in front of you. You see them as the color that you already mixed and then just modify from there. We can keep using our same analytic mindset. And this is also extremely useful when we are using other medium. For example, when we are doing pastel, which is we're going to do more pastel lessons in the future. You're not always thinking about yellow, red, and blue because there's too much mixing because you're not mixing in the palette. You have to mixing directly on the paper. Oh, this is the brown color over here. However, that needs to be cooler. In that case, you will take the brown color, mix with a little blue, and that shortcut a little bit about the mixing. Just treat all other colors to be the color in your mixing palette that you already mixed.
I was going to say that I think we have to put as much thought into our mixing as we have into actually applying the paint onto the paper.
Yes.
Yes, you both think about the temperature. Is that a little bit cooler, a little bit warmer, the intensity of the color, a little bit brighter, a little bit neutral, relate to the purpose of in the painting. Even in the reference or in the scene that you see, it's not really that pure bright color, but you want to make it into the center of interest. You want that to be reserved to be a brighter or more contrast, and then the rest you're gonna dim it down to be a little bit more gray. And that's just your creative decision. You make the decision, you're gonna work toward that. So anything you see is just reference and help you to create your own vision, right? You need to know what you want, why you want that kind of color. You have to think about that first. And then you're also thinking about the dark and light, how much water in this new color that you're going to mix with. So it depends on how you're going to dip the brush into the water container and how much water you want, or maybe take off half or the whole load of water. Include it into your decision making when you're mixing the color. It's just not that hard. It's the hard part is you have to take the time to thinking about what you want. Right? It's not just like I'm gonna play with it. Actually, before you play, you already know what you want. But the process of mixing, it could be also change your mind. It may be you mix it. Oh, that actually I see this color even better than what I wanted, and that's just fine. But however, before you do it, you already know very much what direction you are mixing the color into, right? How light that would be, how dark that would be, how much you want, and how much water do you need to give it into the mixing. As a member, whenever you have a question, please share it in the Patreon community. More you share, more I would understand your need and what I would do for future videos to help you to learn faster and better. Wishing you the joy of painting will bring you a better feeling for tomorrow. Thank you for finding me and stay in this journey we share. I wish you the best. Take care. Until our next meeting.